What's going on, Buckeye fans? I am yours truly, James Cotton, former Ohio State football player once upon a time in life, NFL player as well, Canadian Football League player. And I was just taking the time to reminisce a little bit. Sometimes I always go back down memory lane and think back when I was a Buckeye. It was one of the best times in my life. I could honestly tell that and share that with you guys. The camaraderie that I was able to get with a lot of my teammates. I actually transferred in from a community college, so I only played 2 seasons at Ohio State, 1998 and 99. And in 98, we was arguably the best team in the country. Hands down. We was the #1 ranked team from beginning, and then we had a quick slip up in November 7th, 1998, which my birthday, November the 7th, but we lost to Michigan State, one of the most heartbreaking losses in Ohio State history. The Spartans have kind of been a thorn in Ohio State's side throughout the years. It cost them the national championship opportunity as well in 2015, I believe it was that season. And it was just one of those eerie days in the shoe in 1998. You could honestly hear silence. I've never heard the shoe that quiet ever before in my life. So make sure you guys watch this video in its entirety, because I'm going to put up a couple of highlights at the end of the video so you guys can see me being the last player to sack Tom Brady twice in the big house. I like to think that's what my claim to fame is, and I like to think that I made him famous. Had I not sacked him a couple times and boosted up him in that regard, then he wouldn't have had the career that he had. No, I'm just kidding. But it's cool to reminisce, and sometimes, like times like right now when there's no football, there's no basketball. Hell, there isn't even any baseball or soccer going on right now. So all we have right now is kind of like our memories and the good times. And that's what I always like to reminisce on, the good times. And I spoke a little bit about some hardship there, losing to Michigan State and things like that. But I like to reminisce. And I remember we actually lost this game, 1999. The score was tied up 17-17. Tom Brady had the ball. He comes up to the line of scrimmage, commanding the offense like he always did. And it was no rattling Tom Brady. It was like every time he broke the huddle, I was standing over the football because I played defensive end. I was the first person over the ball. And every time he broke the huddle, I'm giving him the most intimidating stare that you could give a football player, because it's that game. It's that tough out there. We out there. I got blood on my jersey. I'm out there scratching, trying to get every little inch I could for our defense. And literally, he came up to the line of scrimmage and he winked at me. And in my head, I'm thinking, something here is getting ready to happen. I checked the formation, and lo and behold, they were getting ready to run a screen, and I knew it, but there was nothing that we could do because they ran a screen away from me, and I was doing my best to try and get over there and stop them, but then it broke. They had a good running back, A-Train from Louisiana, that kind of like basically that was the straw that broke the camel's back right there, and they ended up scoring. We lost 24-17. But I could honestly say, like, in that game, after that game, being a senior, and our redshirt freshmen from that team were the individuals that captured the 2002 national championship. And those guys were like, we're going to get these guys back. You know, we're getting ready to turn the tide, because if you guys know Ohio State history, we had a tough, record against that team up north during the 90s. And so those guys was like, we're going to get these guys back for you guys. And it was awesome to see those same red shirt freshmen and true freshmen. I remember guys like Matt Wilhelm, C. Grant, Bam Childress, Mike Doss, a lot of guys on that team that went on to become national champions. And so that was one of the cool things that I was excited when I watched the national championship after I had graduated and moved on to the NFL, was to be able to see those same young guys, put on the scarlet and gray and earn that national championship. So without further ado, man, I appreciate you guys coming down memory lane with me. This is always an honor and a pleasure. Whenever you could think about beating that team up north, we beat them in '98, and unfortunately we lost to them. We haven't lost to that team up north in, I believe, 8 opportunities now, and it's amazing. I'm so excited that, the Buckeye Nation has stood behind the guys, and we've been able to beat them guys 8 times in a row. So we're going to keep this thing going. I want you guys to stay tuned for my highlights of being the last player to sack Tom Brady twice in the big house. Enjoy. Go Bucks.
Game experience. And right now, Brady will finish it up.
Pelissari threw 5 passes last year.
Third down. Shea, the fullback, and Brady straight back. Diggs coming and got him. Oh, what an effort that was. Hey, look at John get into Bullard's face. I mean, John is an active sideline coach. That's about the 3rd player that I have seen him get after. And you don't have to read lips to know. He's saying, use your head, man. Let's go.
Chris Gillman is one of the few crossover athletes that is a hero in Michigan and Ohio. The other one I can think of is Howard Papalock Cassidy, who played for Ohio State and the Lions.
And Chris Spielman is a good hero, too. Here comes Brady. Forced out. On the move. Cotton's got him at the 25-yard line. That's the 5th sack of the game for this Buckeye defense, and they keep bringing the heat.
They keep bringing the heat because the Michigan receivers are not burning the DBs for Ohio State. Clemens, Plummer are doing a good enough job that if you're